All right, we
All
are
right.
live.
Out the gate, we are cooking off.
Good morning, YouTube. Good
Damn,
morning,
Gina, we're
Discord.
in the liquidity zone right now.
Where? What? On what? Spy?
Yeah, that's that daily liquidity zone from that big old wick to the left.
Oh, you measure your liquidity what from the bottom of Wix?
From bottom to top of wick. So that's that wick from way back in 8/16 of 22. Damn, Gina, this is gonna fly right through it. Look at that strength. Wowzer. That is crazy. Crazy strong. Dude, that spread is already it's already 10 cents, 11 cents now. That's 1,000% return, y'all.
Nice.
Oh man, I'll give that one more bull candle. I'm just gonna take that 1,000%. Are you kidding me? Why wouldn't I?
Hmm.
Oh, right there.
Sorry, Jeremy, what's the target on your liquidity? I just need to just know because I didn't get the targets this morning.
426.60 is the top of this liquidity zone.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Oh, Amazon cooking off. Everything's just going swimmingly. Whoa. How about 1,200%? All right.
Jeremy's buying lunch for everybody today, guys.
Dude, I bought a pile of $2 wide, 428, 430 call credit or call debit spreads on SPY that expired today for a penny a piece yesterday going into the close. I was fairly confident we were going to break this channel today, and I was right.
Yeah, we got next NQ supply up here too. We got room to run. Gonna be bullish
Yep.
today. Hard to be bearish after such a move like yesterday.
Yeah.
Got another 17 points in ES till we hit supply. Let's try to find a new demand zone over here.
Tiny pullback here, but I think we're going to gain some strength once we get past that 425.35 there. Come on. Come on, little fella. You got this. Get up and run.
Where is there a demand zone over here? It's like, is this it? I'd rather this not be it.
Going. Oh my god, dude. Those SPY call spreads are at 1,400% already.
Nice. What kind of what are you doing? A spread on that or a
Yep.
yeah, okay. Is that like the video you posted the other day or a different type of strategy?
So this is very similar to the video I posted, but this is not a conversion. This is just a straight bought the spread. So it's just a debit spread. You buy one strike, sell another strike, one or two strikes further away from the money.
Gotcha.
Just minimizes risk and maximizes potential return, but the probabilities aren't that great in these.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna probably close it in the next candle here. There, I'm gonna close it now. 1,500%. I'm good. Wouldn't even care if it continues to run into the money.
I hear you far away, bro. Oh, my bad. Is the mic better now?
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Much better.
I made 100 quid profit. I'm out. I'm done for the day.
Nice work.
Nice. Very good
Oh
job.
yeah, way to be.
I've done 4 scalps and I'm done. Sorry, 6
Yep.
scalps and I'm done.
Nice. We're
I'm
going
taking
higher. This is
1,500%
crazy.
profit. Done. I could have left some money on
And
the table, but I don't care. That
I'm
is
not being greedy, Kevin. I'm done. I've been greedy before and I've been punished for it. So
Hey,
I'm
don't
gonna stick to it.
don't be greedy. If you see profits that you're happy with, take them. Just don't
that
be
is
taking profits that are equal to your losses. As crazy as that sounds, you need your profits to be bigger than your losses.
the way. All right, now I still got Amazon spreads on. I still have Tesla spreads on, converted. I'm kicking myself for selling the credit spreads on Tesla, but I'm okay with that because they expire in a couple weeks.
NQ with
Make
the
sure
weakness.
I'm on top of that. That Intel Corporation position I have is just freaking flawless, dude.
Very bullish market. That's nice. Yo, yesterday and the day prior were great days to get an account funded. Like craziness. Absolute craziness.
Okay with that though, because I mean my account's doing pretty damn good.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yesterday and today were great days for any account.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yesterday I had just an awesome trading day, dude.
That's awesome. Yeah, you kept showing those your the return percents. That's gnarly, dude. We got to get a
That's just
Jeremy
my
call out section, bro.
that's just my options plays, and the thing is like, and Sig and I were discussing this a little bit in the chat yesterday. It's like I take these really stupid, very small risk positions, and typically when you're trading debit spreads, those small risks have very low probability of profit. Well, kind of kind of bite that because as long as you're right in the direction, that small risk can make a large percentage return, and if you put it in size, it makes a huge difference. So, like if you have, a dollar wide spread that you pay a penny for, or $2 wide spread that you pay a penny for, like I did here, and selling it at 16 cents, that is a tremendous percentage return.
Right, right. Alright, guys, I'm just gonna do a quick little, just gonna do some quick supply and demand post-its our social, so if I'm quiet, that's why.
Really am tempted to go and put in some, put debit spreads on NVIDIA, but only because I expect it to pull back here. It's gotta do something. That was just parabolic. It's a nice clean triple top. I'm not saying it's gonna go back to 300 bucks, but it'll come down some. I'll get NVIDIA on the grid here in a minute.
Alright, there's that. Let me type this up real quick.
Tesla's just screaming, dude.
Bro, Tesla's always screaming. So he's like, ah!
Uncle Elon has really been kind and paying my bills lately.
Nice. What was I doing? Alright, let's see. We got supply. Daily 427950.
There we go. NVIDIA is coming down sharply.
Oh, good. Maybe that'll help bring us back a bit. Wherever VWAP is, guys, that's where I would want us to pull back before continuing higher. Because remember, the market can't just go straight up as strong as it is.
No, gotta pull back somewhere.
Yep.
Dude, that was a nice trade on SPY this morning.
Nice.
Overnight.
Nice.
1,500%. I mean, it's
That's
not unheard of,
crazy.
but that's freaking brilliant.
That's great, dude. That was a swing? Yeah.
Yeah, just an overnight hold. Freaking glorious, man.
Bro, you gotta start calling those out for everybody.
Crap. We're gonna go higher. We're gonna hit that 426.60, I think.
Nice.
Come on, about to hit 426 now.
Alright, key levels. Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
Man, I like many things on Tesla open.
Hmm.
Well, I rolled out some butterflies to pardon me, July something expiration. I'll look in a minute. Doing pretty good.
Nice.
There we go. July 21st expiration. I've got a couple of butterflies I put on, just straight purchased butterflies. Paid a small debit for them.
Nice. Alright, that is posted. Posted up. Let's pop back to the smaller time frame, give y'all some intraday action. Rally base rally on NQ, should get some more rallies after this. We're going up to that supply. We're going up to 42.79, about 8 points away.
We'll hit that 426.60, I'm damn sure. Liquidity zones are awesome, man. Usually when you step into one with that kind of force, you'll go right to the other end of it, no problem.
Bless.
Hey Jeremy, I missed where you drew that liquidity zone. Could you show me that?
Absolutely. It's simply on the daily chart. I looked left and I looked at the previous high, and that liquidity zone represents this little wick right here on this daily candle. That is it. That dates 8/16 of 22. Draw a box around the wick. Anytime you see a wick at one end of a trend, it usually represents a failed breakout.
Was that the all-time high?
No, that was just one of the biggest rebounds we had in the whipsaw that we went through from that. Gosh, about 2/3 of the way through that bear market session.
But that was the most recent high above where we were this morning. Is that what that was?
Yeah, and essentially it just tracks all the way over. It's a long time span, but it's still relevant. And then knowing where that is and knowing what pattern preceded it, we had that nice big old diamond pattern. We were in the nice upper end of the bull channel. And very similar to the 5-second bull channel we were looking at on a 5-second diamond pattern yesterday. I was saying when we hit the resistance, sometimes we can step out of it with a parabolic move. And typically you can find that with a measured move, just adding a leg to a leg. So here's one leg, this trend here. I drew a box this morning and stacked it up, and that actually comes to this pivot here, the 429. So we could even blow through this liquidity zone and hit 429 today. Effectively, that puts us in a very parabolic move and will almost certainly pull back at that point.
Yeah, Sig was talking earlier above 430 as a measured move.
Above 430 would be if you pulled off a full measured move, and that's where I'll draw the box real quick.
Rough.
So here's our diamond pattern.
Yeah, that's
right across the basing here to here.
That's my malicious dog. My big 2-pound toy poodle looking dog.
Nice. So we've got this whole trend here into the diamond pattern, and I'll usually draw them to about the median of the diamond pattern. I'm going to be a little bit more reserved in this. Stack that up here. That's a measured move. Yeah, it takes us right to about 437, 436 at the top edge of that thing. That is possible. I don't know if we can see that today, but it is definitely possible to follow through to that next week.
I'm gonna try to use volume profile intraday, just because on the trading view they don't really give us that much good time in sales and stuff, but volume profile will show us the levels in which we had heavy volume, so that's an idea.
Right. In this 429 pivot, I was a little more modest. I went back and caught this part of the move, this accumulation here, and bring that down to about the median of the diamond pattern, and then stack that up. Gets us right to that 429 pivot.
Yo, VIX has been, like, VIX at $15 right now. That's, like, the lowest it's been in, what, a year? Let's see.
Yeah. We might
Oh my
reverse here.
God.
We just nailed almost the top of that liquidity zone and pulled back.
VIX is at the lowest it's been since November of 2021. That's pretty
Wow.
crazy.
And yesterday's sell-off at the end of the day, is that what got you to say, hey, that spread, that long shot spread might be a winner?
Yeah, essentially when I was looking at yesterday's close, this big pullback gave me the signal. I'm like, okay, well that is an expected pullback, and it pulled back about 1/3 of this trend, maybe not even that, but it did go back to a key level, and I don't know why I deleted. There was a liquidity zone that I marked out here somewhere. It was a previous resistance right here. So the 421. So as soon as it tapped that previous resistance and went through it and bounced out of it, I bought it on this candle here, coming off that rebound. And effectively, it was a kind of a YOLO. I rarely make those, but I mean, I couldn't resist. I saw that thing. It was at a penny. I'm like, you know what? If we come out at least to the top of this channel at open, I know I'm going to make at least 100% profit. Like I could probably sell that at 2. And then we opened and just went ballistic. I'm like, okay, 1,500%. Hell yeah, take it. So sometimes you get those, and sometimes you'll kick ass with them. There's such a low, like, insignificant risk, and the probability of those are pretty low. But if I wanted to, I could have probably found an equal put debit spread at the bottom. So like if I was to say, all right, I'll pick up a put debit spread at the top here, and I thought about it going into the close, like, well, okay, well, if I come out with a condor overnight with next day expiration, if I'm wrong and price just slams down to these pivots down here, the 419, I could probably capture either side of the move. And the thing is, if I'm risking a penny per spread, one of them expires worthless, and it probably will expire worthless anyway. I'm just going for the volatility on the open. But if I know that the most one could lose is a penny, and the other one, as long as it doubles, it covers my loss for a wash. And if it makes a big enough move where it does more than double, that's my profit margin. So if I'm risking 2 pennies on 2 different spreads, both calls and puts, and one of them beats 2 pennies, now I'm in profit.
And
So-
is that what a condor is? Is the combination of those 2 spreads?
Yes. So a condor is a combination of call debit spreads and put debit spreads.
All right, I got something.
You can also do
Excited.
that with credit spreads. So like you can do what's called the iron condor, which is where you sell credit spreads on either side of price. And the idea is that you have an expectation that the market's going to stay in range between those spreads and not exceed them. That's a different strategy. It's a little more complicated than just a standard condor. Condor is a long position. Iron condor is a short position, but it's short neutral. And the key word for both of those, whether a long or short condor, is that they're both neutral. You have you have a neutral outlook. You don't know which way the market's going to go, but you know it's going to be volatile the next day or soon in a standard condor. Your outlook for a iron condor or short condor is going to be neutral and remain neutral because you're going to take advantage of the time decay to close that thing. So one answer opens up a paradox of many more questions. So as options learning goes on, those will start to become quite expansive. But once you start to get it and the first few basic strategies start to click, the complex strategies start to make more and more sense to you. So it becomes an exponential growth in options trading knowledge.
Yeah, I just I started reading up on options. I really didn't know very much other than the standard, and I'm every time I start trying to figure out a strategy, it just seems the questions just seem to expand.
Yeah, the questions come exponentially with every answer, but like I said, there will be a nexus there, and all of a sudden everything will just click. And like, oh man, why was I stressing about this? This is really not that hard. And from that point, it becomes like riding a bike.
Yo, guys, Apex still. Oh wait.
I mean, what other vehicle could you use to make an overnight 1500% return? It's just unheard of, you know. There's nothing else you could do unless it's like you're scalping penny stock or something that just ballistically gets, you know, some sort of FDA approval or some crazy crap like that. I've seen that happen. Hell, I've done that. I've had an 1800% return on a penny stock once. But with options, it gives you a lot lower risk than taking a position sizable to make that kind of move in a penny stock. All right, things are settling down. I might rotate my Amazon position here. Let me see. Is it worth doing? I'll wait on that. I got time on that one.
Wait, am I muted? There we go. Alright, sorry.
Yep.
I'm having fun with the mic over here, apparently. Apex is having that Save 80 sale. It's still going, so that's a great
Okay.
sale.
They were still running that.
Yeah, like that's fire. Like it's great that they always run the 50% off, right? But now they always run the 80%, which is nice. And it's 80% off recurring bills too, so it's not even like it's 80% off the first month.
Very cool. I might consider doing that again, but then again, I was like, you know what?
Do it.
I've done enough with my options account where I could just go and run another bigger futures account and go that way.
Nah. Do a funded one. Buy a eval. Everybody here, you guys should all buy one.
I mean-
I'm gonna get one right now too. I know I did that other one before in past. I want to do it again.
I know there's a ton of leverage to be had there with this funded account, so that's true too.
What
guess
I
you can spread
like-
it out laterally.
A big plus, a huge plus that I really like with it is so you pass it, right, you get funded, you pay the one-time fee, then you're just back to paying the monthly fee, which is just $40 on this 25K account. Now with the 25K account, they give you up to 4 ES contracts, which means $200 a point if you trade all 4,
Yep.
and 40 MES contracts, so it's something that you could scale with, and it always has a $1,500 trail stop on it. It has the $1,500 trail stop until you push over a certain limit, and I hear Amy unmuted herself and was probably going to say the same
Yeah,
thing.
I was gonna say there's no more fees after you pay once
Yeah.
you're funded.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, it's the one-time lifetime fee for the funded account, right?
Yeah, and that's it. No,
And then that's
no more
it.
monthly fees.
Wait, there's no
No,
monthly
no,
fee?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Zero. Forever.
0 on Apex?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
No, bull.
That was worth being interrupted for, yeah?
That was absolutely, yeah. I was like, all right, here we go. Amy's about to drop some knowledge on us. Her with her
No,
Apex
please,
tricks
one
and.
So the key is to just take your time because it's so cheap, right? It's $36
Yeah.
a month or whatever. Just take your time. If it takes 3 months and then you pay the one-time fee, you're done.
Right.
Yep.
Exactly.
And then just be cool, man.
Cool as a
I'm with it.
cucumber. And then you gotta
Sorry,
get
go
your.
on back.
No, that was great. I love it when that happens. I love it when I hear, because I hear the somebody unmuted themselves. I was like, all right, here we go. I'm talking about Apex. I know this is. I don't see Ironclad in here. This is definitely going to be Amy today.
All good.
Busted.
No, but that's awesome. And how you doing, Amy? How are the horses?
Oh, they're doing fantastic.
That's awesome. Very
I'm
good.
waiting for this market to stop rallying so I can short the damn thing.
You know you could long it too. Nobody's holding you to just shorting it.
It's a dangerous long though when you're I mean this is crazy behavior. So I was long a lot yesterday after we pushed down a little bit and we just stopped. I was long for quite a bit, but
Nice.
yeah. I took off profitably my shorts after that pull back last night, but I wasn't going to go long into news this morning, so that paid off well. Jeremy's idea. I didn't even think about doing an options trade on it. I've been playing the TQQQ, and that has
nice.
just been a cash cow for me.
Oh
So.
yeah, that wheel tray works awesome on that.
Man, it's just I'm
All right, we're
really
in a-
diverting all of my until that gets to 70, 80 bucks. You know, it's the best ROI for that wheel.
Oh yeah.
Why do anything else? I can't find anything else that pays $1 for a week out on a $30, $35, $40 underlying. I mean, my goodness.
Oh, I know. That's incredible return.
And here lately, with it being on fire, I've been selling the puts in the money, like 3 strikes in the money, because I don't care if I get put those shares. I want put more shares down here because my cost basis is around 30 bucks. If it drops lower than that, yay, I'll do it again.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I'm
that's
getting a little
probably-
more aggressive because I'm afraid it's just going to run away.
That probably has the best natural yield I've found in
Yeah,
pretty much any
that's right.
ETF.
Yeah,
although,
I put another 30,000 in that account just to trade that strategy.
although you'll get some gamblers going and crazily pumping up prices on options in UVXY. You don't quite have the liquidity you have in TQQQ, but the yield is like insane on UVXY.
Okay.
But it's a depreciating asset as well, and eventually it will go through a reverse split.
Right, and that's the thing. You got to be careful. You don't want to
Yeah.
build up. I don't want $100,000 owning
No.
TQQQ, right? But I'll own it and sell it and own it and sell it multiple times for $10. You know,
Right.
easy peasy. And oh, by the way, you get paid on both sides of it
Yeah.
weekly. Oh, there we go. There's our short.
Yeah. I did take that put debit spread position on Nvidia, and it's already starting to do really well. So
I shorted Nvidia the other day, but I didn't stay in it thankfully because it didn't. There wasn't enough follow through. I think we still have more upside to that stupid thing. I don't know
I
why.
bet we do. I bet we do. I'm just trading the pullback.
Yeah,
It is a triple top too, so I mean, kind of be mindful of that.
but they're gonna blow through. People are stupid.
I'm sure.
People are
Yep.
just dumb.
Oh, for sure.
The mania is real.
Yeah. All right. We're back to the bottom of our liquidity zone here, and this is where things are going to get interesting.
Good
Right
morning,
to the
guys.
bottom of it. Morning.
What's going
Morning.
on?
Were your ears burning?
Mine?
He's,
Yep.
No,
missed
not
it,
at
man.
all.
I took a
Wow.
1,500% return on an overnight debit spread on SPY. on that run.
Damn.
I bought a
What-
bunch of call debit spreads, 28.30, and I paid a penny a piece for those, and then I
Wow.
sold them at 16 cents this morning. I was like, hell yeah, I'm taking that.
Do we have any
Killing it.
divergence?
There we go, right off our bottom of the liquidity zone. Look at this.
I'm
Wick.
gonna see how much of a bounce this is. I'm looking for a dead cat bounce and a drop back down in the low 4200s. Come on, baby.
Wait for the signal on whether we're going to go long here or whether we're going to go for a 2-for-1 bearish measured move. We have a 1-for-1 bearish measured move from top
The
to bottom.
buyers are trying, but they're getting run over.
Yeah.
Unless we print a tweezer here right on top of that angular from the
And
bull
we got a
channel.
little absorption. I think we're gonna bust through it. I'm adding to my short.
I mean, we're coming out of a daily supply zone on NQ. Q level I got under us 14,441, so that'll give us another 50 points down. Yeah, it's not bad.
There's some
That's fine.
sweeps.
I got area of interest, some demand down here on ES, so yeah, there's definitely a lot of liquidity on both ES and NQ that have to be met.
Well then. Okay, Amazon, I see you.
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna have to cut it like 5 minutes before 11 today because I got a meeting at 11.
Oh,
Sorry,
okay, we'll forgive you.
YouTube.
Hey, though.
Yeah,
All
right.
good. Now I've got to do the thing at noon, and I'll put that on
Yeah.
our YouTube channel as well.
Nice, nice.
And,
Very cool.
We're holding up here.
Rally-based
Yeah,
rally.
pretty
We're
good.
just gonna rally now. We just faked all those people who were chasing
Yeah, we
longs.
could squeeze these shorts
Squeezing
really
shorts.
hard right now.
What's the market like to do more though? Squeeze shorts or trap longs? Both.
kind of both.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it just did both on that recent 30-minute candle. That's crazy. That wick is 20 points.
Yeah, this does look like a corrective move down, so we probably do have higher to go. Because where we stop, nowhere in particular.
That was a 20-point wick. Alright, maybe we pull back to like 42, 46, right? Maybe we pull back like 10 more
And we
points.
got the big fat round number of 42.50. We're right basically on, so.
True, true. Nah, but NQ
Go.
coming out of
No,
that supply,
no.
yeah.
I think we're gonna. That was a pretty
That
nice
was-
sweep.
Yeah,
3 points.
Yeah, dude.
because you know what came to my mind when I saw this big wick up here? This tells me buyers were holding, and bears took it 20 points lower on one 30-minute candle to make
know.
one big rejection wick. I mean, that's a lot of selling pressure, which, again, that's why I would assume when the next 30-minute prints, we're going to get a quick reaction to the downside. Is it going to hold? I don't know. Are we going to get that quick reaction? Most
Filled
likely.
in the euro prints.
Look at that. That's crazy. Let's see if it was measured move wise. Was it at least 10 points? 4.5. Let's get it to there. Because I also got NQ coming out of there, and NQ could hold this key level right here. Because y'all see how strong that was. Support. Well, resistance for these, support for these.
But look at the YM, man. That's
Yeah, I gotta get that up on my screen.
crazy. It finally is like, oh yeah, I'll go long too.
It's like,
you
oh,
missed
I
the
forgot.
party, dude. You totally missed that party.
YM was a crazy
comes our
strong
bounce.
yesterday. Yeah, I had this what was
Pretty
this,
good bounce.
15-minute rally-based rally I had. Yeah.
Okay, let me see if I can clock this correctly. I'm gonna see if I can grab a SPY spread here. I don't like it because it's in the opening range and the implied volatility tends to be pretty high, but let's see if I can find another spread a little further out. Let's look at Wednesday expiration.
Oh, this was clean.
Let's see, where's the pain zone? Actually, they're not too bad.
Well, I'm waiting for the next opportunity.
See if I can pull this off. You have to go to like 434, 435, somewhere around there to get reasonable spreads out in Wednesday. Be like a 4 or 5 cent risk for a dollar wide though, so it's a little bit high. See if I can find something better.
Yeah, this came out clean. This YM RBR on the 15-minute that I called yesterday on the YouTube was almost a 6-to-1 risk reward, and it played out really nice.
Nice.
Came right up to supply. Yeah, I gotta start using YM more when I trade these other things too.
Alright, so we can run a 36-38 spread on SPY Wednesday expiration for like 4 cents. It's a little high though. I wonder if it comes down a little bit throughout the day. I'll throw a starter at it, and if it comes down, I'll buy more.
I think we go lower. I know I'm crazy, but I think we go lower.
It's real hard to say right here.
It is. It is.
I love being a bear.
There's an argument on either side of this.
Oh yeah, because the trend. If the trend is our friend, then we should be going higher.
I
But
can look at this bearish measured move. They like to have a 50% retracement, so we could go to like 425.35 here. For a
When you
quick
look at
pullback.
the shape of that, that's very much a corrective move in Elliott wave terms, which means that's a pullback from a move higher.
yes.
So if we
touche.
do break that high that we just made, we've got quite a bit more to go.
Yeah. True. Very good. Good points. Good points.
So I'm leery until we're. I'd like to see us break below again.
Yeah. VIX is
Jump for
breaking
the
lower.
Dan.
VIX's strength lower. That's crazy. VIX under 15.
Yeah, I know. That's just. There's no fear in this market. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right?
Like, there's every reason to fear in this market.
Nah, what are you talking about?
I know. To the
I'm
moon.
scared, yeah.
I'm seeing it all over the place. All-time highs next. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are that. You're gonna probably do that. You're so.
I mean, we're
Yeah,
at year to we're at
Right to 50%, man.
yeah, we're at that year to date highs on ES and NQ. But
Yeah, this is where the
definitely
rubber
weird.
hits the road. If we're gonna break above this and keep going higher, or we're gonna pull back and go
Almost though,
come back to
like,
some sanity here. Looks like we're rejecting. Let's see.
hey, check this out. Rising wedge on the daily. That's something.
Yeah, I
Ricardo has
noticed
come
that. I
to-
was looking at the daily chart and I'm like, damn if we aren't going to go higher. I mean,
Ricardo has come to call this the money fan.
right?
We discovered that you can find these very quick fib speed resistance fan and the pitch fan on the drawing tools for TradingView, and they're freaking marvelous.
We have some nice tools.
I'm in
So-
love with it.
You go and you
Mhm.
draw this, and you're like,
Please
okay,
consider-
50% retracement, absolutely on the deck, right? So right here, we're about to meet a 1-for-1. And this is actually going to be a 2-for-1 top. So watch this pull back, and then we'll get the resume. Probably going to hit right here about 425.25. I'd like to see it pull back first to about 424.78, but it may not. I think it's just going to cruise on up.
Yeah, YM's strong. YM's gonna come near its highs. So, yo, Amy, let me ask you, do you use YM when you're trading, like, ES?
Yes, so I keep YM, NQ, and RTY up at all times. I just keep a volume profile on a 30-minute chart, and mostly for correlation. But yeah, I keep them up all the time.
Gotcha. Because I know, obviously, NQ, ES, they're very similar and whatnot, but obviously those are markets as well, so they do move, they usually
Well,
trend
but now-
together.
Those are all in the S&P, so
Right.
they cannot go against each other for very long. Sooner or later, if they are in market, like if the NQ is going up and the Dow is going down, or the YM is going down, yes, you're not going to have. It's not good trading environment in the ES. Anything you're looking at the ES is kind of at the. It's being literally. It's that push me pull me dog. You guys
Right.
ever seen that? So push me pull you or whatever it is. It's that kind of thing going on. So until one of them gets on board with the other and they're in correlation, you can't really call anything a trend. So it's just a way for me to keep an eye on, is everybody pushing in the same direction, or are we gonna be more volatile for a period of time?
Right. All right. I was gonna
Almost
say,
do
do you
that.
use any divergence on it, or nah?
Well, describe what you mean by divergence.
So like, if I was looking at ES and NQ, right? I'll look for like an hourly divergence where if NQ was making a higher high, if ES was making like a lower high, that would be divergence. Usually means there's going to be like a market shift in structure or weakness or whatever, or pullback, sort of like that.
So I don't know if I would really put much weight into looking at the two of them relative to one making a higher high and the other one making a lower high necessarily. For me, it's more of a like real obvious if the ES, not even the ES, if the NQ is hitting highs for the day and the YM is hitting lows,
Right.
the S&P can't do either. It
Right,
can't,
right.
literally can't do it because, right? So then you want to go to your heat map and go, okay, well, what's driving it? Is it just one stock? Well, then I want to look at that one stock, and when it starts to make its change, whichever direction it is, then I would probably more be inclined, if I had a bias one way or the other, to pile in. So I'm just looking for a change in sentiment that's going to, if there's one thing or two things holding the indice back, once that is turning around, then I can pile in and feel real confident. It's a matter of just sizing.
Yeah. I got you.
When it comes to longer term swing trades and stuff, none of that, I don't even care. It's only really intraday stuff that I'm interested in as far as correlation.
All right, NVIDIA making a bounce here. This is where you'll find some liquidity, though. It may sell it back lower. Target was met for that 50% retracement. That's done.
But we're not pulling back hard. We're kind of hanging out there.
Well, let's look left. We have a very parabolic move in the open. We've got a 50% retracement, a 1-for-1 back down to bottom of liquidity, and now we bounced off, came back for 50% retracement to the upside. So we're likely to hang out and accumulate here for a few more bars. But if we get above resistance here, we can shoot for this fib level here.
Yep.
425.75, or we could go up to the next leg and get almost 100% of that move up to 426.
We're looking like we're heading that way. This is pretty strong.
Yeah.
Push.
Trend is the friend.
And I tell you, YM is 100% on board now.
Yeah, I see that. YM's making highs. YM's ahead of everybody.
RTY is trying to come back. Yeah.
Uncle Elon's pushing.
At
Amazon.
YM's actually the leader up if we're going to keep going, which is, I mean, that's just telling, that's why the fear index is so low. I mean, if YM's going up in this environment, nobody has any fear.
Nope. We're above that bull channel, and this is where we're looking left. We're in liquidity from a previous high. Chances are they'll melt through this liquidity and just keep buying. Greed will just take this right through.
The shorts are going to get squeezed.
Yeah.
Because as soon as we start to approach that high again, you're going to see shorts trying to.
And we have another
dummies.
pivot.
We're all dummies. We just keep trying. Like, it can't go up forever. It can go up for a lot longer than you can stay short, buddy.
Yep. And we have another pivot up here at 429. That's a measured move from our base leg on that move up before the diamond pattern. So we can hit that. We just got to get through this liquidity zone, and it'll leave a smoke trail straight up to that next pivot.
Smoke trail. I like that.
Like a rocket going off. All right. Amazon position looking good. Nice little double bottom after that pullback. Just got to break R1 and continue. Tesla's looking a little bit stronger here, but still got resistance at that 213 level.
Amy knows.
Didn't quite.
Oh, my bad. Amy, somebody in the YouTube chat, she said Amy knows her stuff. That's for sure. We're lucky to have her in this community. That's what it is, guys. It's not just us
have
bullshit.
strong opinions, and even an acorn or even a pig can find an acorn. Blind pig can find an acorn once in a while. And you don't need very many acorns. I don't need to be a fat pig.
It's a trade-off, man. You're one hell of a futures trader.
Balone, I think
Definitely, I
that
agree.
was her way of saying thank you.
I might have given you a little wheel trade boost there. You know, it's a trade off. That's what communities do. It's a base of knowledge.
Blood, sweat, and tears,
Yep.
man. It's not easy, and I'm not smart. I've lost a lot of money and made a lot of money. So that's there's a fee to this.
It's the way
Oh,
the
yeah.
cookie
No doubt.
crumbles.
Trader's tuition.
Yes.
I'd really like to hear about that wheel trade more.
Dude, it is glorious.
Yeah,
Have
you gotta
read
make
the
a
article yet?
video.
It's so simple.
Yeah.
And really, one of these days, we all talk about writing books and everything. One of these days, I really want to. I think everybody tries to put their own, like, they want to make it harder than it is. The hard part is
Yeah.
finding a good. The hard part is being disciplined and not over trading it. You
I've
really
just-
have to look at it from like an annual standpoint. You can make 300, 400, 1,000% return on your money if you are just patient.
I'm writing a book on price action trading, and like the first few chapters are going to go over all the complex stuff that's just really tough to crunch. And I got to figure out how to end it with the final chapter being like, okay, basically, ignore all that crap you just learned, but don't forget it. Now I'm going to show you what's easy.
Yes. And I think I went through that whole, because I started off with something that was far more complicated than it needed to be. And God love him, he's a great trader and a bazillionaire, Phil Town, the don't lose money guy.
Yeah.
And but from there, I'm like, but there are even better trades that you can do that are even less, that require less attention. So if you just take a small percentage of your portfolio and just do that with it, you can sit in cash or right now in treasury bills with all the rest of your money, and you're still going to make an outsized overall return. And there are so many people that have so much money right now that I really think in a market that's topping, that when it does turn, and it may not for a little while, but when it does, it's going to be so much more ugly than anything any of us in our lifetime have ever seen. And if you are not in a position where you can either A, take advantage of it, or B, have a system to make money in that environment, you will lose everything, and you will be working at Walmart if you're lucky there's a job there.
Yeah.
All of your retirement. And that sounds so harsh, but I think that's what we're facing.
I always get that exact feeling through my head every time I see someone who's like, of later age, being a Walmart employee. It just it breaks my heart.
Because they want to stay busy, and that's good.
Yeah. Some do it
I
because they
doubt
want
it.
to stay busy, but others are like
It's usually not
paying
the
their
case.
bills with that, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you had plenty of money and you wanted to stay busy, there's lots of philanthropic things that you can do.
Of course.
Volunteer and stuff like that. Okay, I'm taking a little short here because we went about 2/3 of the way back to that. I'm not sure we're not still going back up, but I'm gonna scalp a little here.
All right, there is. I posted a link to the article for the wheel trade strategy in the chat there, the main chat. So if you want to read that article, I explain it very well in that, and I also explain a couple of the caveats that you got to watch for. And in that article, I suggest not running the wheel trade with a penny stock. However, I do highly recommend practicing the wheel trade with a penny stock because in most occasions, if you can find a liquid penny stock trading around $1 with a whole bunch of options trading going on with it, you can achieve a zero cost in very short time. 7 weeks, I achieved a zero cost on OPEN, and now I'm currently negative 18 cents a share in that one.
It means you own it for less than zero. Like
I'm literally paid to hold a position there.
You don't care if it goes out of business. You literally have all your money.
Absolutely. And
that's where you want to be in your entire portfolio if you can
yes,
possibly do it.
And when I achieve negative 100% on that thing, I will probably double it.
Yeah. Well, that's the beauty of it, because then you're never afraid where the market goes up or down. You have a strategy if it pays good, whether it has a dividend or if it's just selling calls in it. I mean, you don't care where it's at. You just want good premium.
That's it. All I'm in for is the income that I can generate off of that position. And that
I did
is
that with
absolutely
Ford. And was
Yes.
like, oh my God, this is like magic money.
Yeah.
And then I got called away because it went up too high. I thought for sure it wasn't going to go any higher. And it didn't. It went up maybe $1 more and it's back to.
I was just gonna say Ford. Didn't we do a wheel trade on Ford?
We did. We practiced several different strategies on Ford, and the reason is that it's a very inexpensive stock and it has
Liquid.
tons of options liquidity. So it's like falling off a log to trade options on that thing.
Yeah.
But the best part is
Decent.
I could teach every strategy on one equity with Ford. So like did the condors, did the strangles, did the swap strategies, did debit spreads, credit spreads, and wheel trade on Ford. It's just a freaking testing bed for every strategy you could think of with options. Great one for getting used to the process. And then you can go hunt some yield. And then
Yeah.
most people discover like X or US Steel right after Ford because they're like, aha, now I've got a 20% natural yield on monthly options. I got
Yeah.
something to work with. Ford,
Yeah.
it's less than 4% monthly yield on options, but it's practice because you're going to have very low risk in trading those. X comes with risk.
Yeah. Well, and you think, oh, it's only a 4% return monthly. Hello.
Add that up. Add that up. Plus compound it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You know, that's 4% a month. You're already blowing the doors off market
That's almost
performance.
50% return on your money every year.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
it's a no-brainer.
It's just not very sexy. Well, you
It
know.
doesn't have to be. It's
That's
just
okay.
it's literally a maintenance position, quite literally. All right,
Alright,
here comes our
that's good.
pullback.
Turning out pretty good.
And let's see, as I get in video real quick here. There we go. Just keeling over after that little retrace on the dead cat bounce there. Doesn't mean it's going to drop further right now. It's just that it's probably going to accumulate here for a while if you're looking at NVIDIA. I'm going to watch a couple more bars on the 5-second chart here with my money fan. I want to see if it's going to hold this pivot right here. Well, this fib level right here. It's looking like a 2-for-1 down is possible, but I think we just found a double bottom right here, so we'll probably retrace first.
Might chop for a bit and then like let's see. Almost where is it? We'll see if this plays out. Top one's not really that clean.
And let's see, we'll test R1 or we'll break a bear flag, one or the other. Bear flag break will break this this fib level here, or a double bottom will break R1 here. So we're watching this real close. Oh, rejected R1, came back to mean. That's not necessarily bad yet. We'll watch for the break. There is a bear flag break possible here. Watch this. Found liquidity right there. All right, rejected mean. We're likely to break the pivot here and head for the 1-for-1 down. Target would be 424.80. Whoa. Nope. In a 5-second candle, there's your bar.
Denied. Buyers say, I'll take that and raise you one.
Right. It says piss on your plans. Oh, there it goes, finally. Okay.
Oh, it's a battle right here. 42.60.
And we'll see you later on, Cliff. Oh, he's defanned.
Yeah.
Deafened. Deafened.
defanned.
I made a joke about it one time because my youngest read it that way once. He's like, "Defan? What's that?" I'm like, "No, no, deafen."
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Gotta go over some classes, some reading classes with them.
Well, he just read it too fast or
Oh, I
didn't see it
gotcha.
right. But he actually was reading, writing, and comprehending at a college level in 7th grade.
Oh wow. Oh, so you got it. He's smart like his pops.
He reads a lot of books.
Oh,
That's
that's
his favorite
good.
pastime, reading.
Reading is
Reading
like
is great.
magic, I tell you. Reading just about anything. I mean, it does something, and not even it, doing it with an actual book, a physical book, really
Right.
makes a huge difference. And children are on screens too much, and I think reading with actual books really makes a huge difference. I don't know if it can actually raise your IQ or not, but it can certainly help you with your ability to think faster, and it turns your brain on. I think is best way to put it.
He's a pretty smart cookie.
Hmm.
He's in AP classes and on the honor roll.
Nice. This is your son that just graduated.
No, this is my youngest. He's
Oh.
going into 8th grade next year, and then he'll be in high school. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. They just keep growing, man.
I know it. My oldest just graduated, and he actually just got approved for options trading in his trading account yesterday. So
Aw.
Badass.
yeah,
Very
show him
cool.
how to do some spreads and stuff. He's practiced it on paper. He's just gotta get it down a little bit more before he goes with real money.
Cool.
All right.
What's Vix doing? Trying to go up. All right.
I'm gonna go back to my.
I
forward
think
read
we
here.
I want this 5 minutes of base right here. So we can go lower.
No yawning aloud. Like no crying in baseball. No yawning
Yeah.
in trading.
If you're
I
not
think we're
yawning and
accumulating
trading,
here.
you're too on edge.
I think we're accumulating here to go higher, guys.
I'm afraid you might be right.
Yeah.
That's looking strong all of a sudden.
And it will be a wave 3, which is an impulse wave, and we should, if that's true, go with some fury and take out that high of this morning.
Take it out like a dog that's got a.
Oh
Right.
god, don't finish that. And Jeremy's muted. And
I'm being just PG enough to not quite hit the PG-13 level. All right. Hello.
If I'm not yawning, I'm laughing.
I thought you were sneezing. Bless you.
Bless you. Yeah, here we go. NQ with
Amazon,
strength.
good.
NQ saying forget you supply zone.
My Tesla is locked in a butterfly, but it's still going great.
Yo, Vix wants $10 today. Nah, that ain't ever happening. No way, no way.
I'm thinking about taking another role to my Intel Corporation position. I think Intel's gonna be a surprise for a lot of people.
Yeah, you've been saying that. I hope
throw
it
some chart-
works.
Let me throw some chart dope down. It's been beat to death for a long time here. And let me get the weekly chart out because that's going to take a weekly chart to show you. What people don't realize is it takes a hell of a lot of money to move this thing. It's got a massive cap.
Mhm.
So we have this nice, strong descending channel here. But if we look left even further, we hit a key support area and we bounced out of it. And now we're trending towards a 50% retracement of this part of this channel. Look further left though. So if we hit a target of $36, there's not much stopping us from proceeding to $43. So we can just look at that channel and figure that out. Let me get into the daily, but Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back.
Paper trade time to like the Apex connected. And stopped out. You guys has to stop connecting to that. There we go. The market wants all the smoke today.
Well, this is certainly not acting like an impulse move, so I'm suspicious of that analysis. You always have to think in terms of if then.
Yep. If this, then that.
And then if it doesn't happen, then what's the alternative?
Right.
And I can always be wrong.
Right.
Never hold out hope. Hope is not a strategy.
No, not at all.
Plus, I like short, so I didn't want it to go higher. I only want it to go higher so I can put on more size to short it.
Gotcha. I know.
I
I
had
want
to
to
see the wife off.
Bye bye.
Run into the gym.
Gotta keep her
Alright.
girlish figure. That's good.
Yo, I like this
She-
thing. I can't wait for the
she-
Apex to be on that.
Hits the gym 5 or 6 days a week for
Mm,
4
good
hours
for
a day.
her.
That's awesome.
She gets out there and kills it, man. It's awesome.
Nice.
So, with Intel Corp here, I was looking at a recent thing that came out too. Deutsche Bank put a $32 price target on it, and oh wow, it's a psychological level. So see, people started selling it right there. Every time I hear of a downgrade, because they didn't have their price target there, they had it at 30. I think it was 36. They lowered it to 32. Every time I hear a downgrade on something like that, it's almost funny to watch retail sell the crap out of it, and then right when it hits the next key support level,
Mhm.
institutions will buy the crap out of it.
They just
So-
have a spot they want to get in.
Yeah, so they'll go and make a phone call to one of these analysts or something. Who knows? It doesn't matter.
Right.
The point is, price action doesn't lie, and the chart will always tell you, what has happened in the past and what can be expected in the future. It's not a crystal ball. It doesn't tell you exactly what's going to happen in the future, but it gives you some pretty good ballpark areas to shoot for. And looking at this accumulation, and if you compare this to what we see on SPY's 1-minute chart right here, right now, this is accumulation after a pullback to a 50% retracement. Where's that target? $32. Just under it is about half, so 31. So if we accumulate back in this area and start to get bullish, I think we can probably print a nice flag here and shoot through that 32 target. Finish the 1-for-1 move again, because it's already happened once, and then possibly go for a 2-for-1 all the way up here to $39.50. It's going to take some time though. Like I said, this has a huge cap. It's going to take a lot of money to make that move, but that's what the setup is. So I'll roll with it. In the meantime, I've gone through some swap strategies with options on this 1-for-1 and this chop here that have just been phenomenal. Easy money. I almost want to wheel trade it now. Nice dividend. Options liquidity is good. In
Mhm.
fact,
It's a
the
good
yield-
spot.
the yield on it, I think, is closer to 9% for monthly, so that's not bad. I could live with that. Great stock for wheeling.
You know what I think I'd like to short? I don't know that I want to, I don't know if right now is the time to do it, but I think it's called THO. It's the RV. I think that's what it is. Take a look at their chart.
Thor
Yeah,
Industries?
Industries.
Oh, that's a big old bear flag.
I think it has a lot further to go down. I don't know that it's done. It's been going sideways for quite a while.
Not a very volatile stock. I mean, it makes big moves, but it doesn't have a lot of volume. Wonder what the options chain looks like on it.
That's a good question.
I bet it looks like an options chain.
We have earnings coming up here. $80, and it's paying $3.20 on the put side.
Whoops.
So other people have the same thought as I do. Looking for it to go down. It's kind of the canary in the coal mine watching the RVs as because they have been historically when we're about to hit the wall, they get real cheap. Before the housing market will bust, the RV market will, because it's a luxury leisure item, you know.
Right.
Right.
You see
All
that?
right, I gotta get going, guys. Have a good weekend and all the best in the market.
Hey,
Take
take
care.
care.
Have a great one.
Be good, Ricardo. Did
I
you
mean,
guys?
if you look at
Oh,
what I've done with, I mean, this is one hellacious amount of data here, but like I've gone and rolled this into a negative 18 cents per share position. But look at all the trades I had to make that happen. There's a whole bunch of options, selling and buying to close, and just taking advantage of the price action. This thing has been a pretty sweet freaking yield, to be honest with you. Natural yield, I looked at monthlies a couple weeks or
Another
3 or 4
open
weeks
door?
ago,
Okay, yeah.
and natural yield was like right around 20%, but that was selling both calls and puts, so natural yield per option was 10%. Pretty damn impressive.
Yeah, that's
But
good.
I mean, to swing it, and then within week 7, I had a 0 cost, so I mean, that's not too bad.
nice.
And here we are in week 9, and I've had a little bit of a hard time trying to capture a bunch of profit in this little swing here, but been kind of hands off of it for a little while, waiting for this pullback to finish. I'll probably sell some puts on it today, but in all honesty, at a negative 18 cent share price on this thing for cost, I could just sit and be very patient. I won't have to be as aggressive maintaining the option sales on this thing.
And how many days to expiry do you typically look at when you're when you're doing your initial trade or when you're selling your put?
So when I'm selling my put to, how many days am I turning it over?
No, so when you're looking for premium, are you just looking at the return, what you call the natural yield, or are you looking at turnover? 'Cause I like the 7 to 10 days, so I can do it 3 times a month.
Right.
But I want to get,
I've
you
typically
got to get
been
the
running,
right amount.
I've typically been running 2-week expirations on these,
Okay.
buying them back a couple 3 days later. Typically,
Oh, so you buy them back. Okay.
on a couple stretches, I've gone 5 or 6 days to buy them back, and that's okay because I just had to wait through some chop. But essentially, it becomes a matter of looking at the high-low on the option and trying to catch the high sale and then buy it back at the low. So I'm looking at the swing in those options, and if I can swing, 5-10 cents over a couple days, that's 5-10 cents cost recovered. So,
and to make this make you any money, you're selling how many? 100 contracts at a time? 50?
in this one, I'm not in a huge position. I'm running just 20 contracts
Okay.
at a time on this one, so it's not massive. I could certainly put a lot more size in it, but I don't want to because it's also still a penny stock. So
Right. Well, that's the thing. That's what I'm looking at is, okay, well, if I'm going to turn something like this into, I trade for real money that I actually use to, live
Right.
on. So,
if it's
I
income
want to
you
make
want,
sure anything I'm doing the wheel strategy on, I am actually comfortable owning however many shares I have my, self exposed to.
right. And that's the thing. Like anytime I'm looking to build an income strategy on anything, that's the first thing I look at is what's my ability to generate a feasible income per dollar of outlay on
Mhm.
this? What is my maximum? And then try to balance that with risk on the stock too. So it's if it's something that's at risk of like reverse split or delisting, like I had with MULN, which I didn't have a massive amount of size in, but I'm still at a very favorable cost basis on that thing even after the split. Um, but like you start looking at stuff like that, and you can really easily adjust what kind of size you put in. Like would I put
No,
good?
look at AT&T.
Yes, AT&T has a pretty sweet yield plus the options chain.
And right now it's really down. So, and
Yeah.
it's not, that's one of those things I go, well, is it really going to go belly up? Probably not.
No, they do need to offload their DirecTV position.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
They may
Um,
never recover though. I mean, they may
No.
sit here at 14 or 15 bucks.
But it pays a decent yield on the dividend, and the options chain's not too bad to work with. So it's one of those stocks where you could take it or leave it.
Yeah, I don't get too excited about it. Let me look at a 5-year chart. Because that's a price point and lots of gaps though in this thing.
I
But
actually
it
have,
is at a low for, I mean, gosh.
if you want to find a cheap one that has better yield, and even though I trashed the crap out of this company, but I shorted the crap out of it because it was just way overpriced. Peloton, PTON.
Yeah, I wouldn't own Peloton because it could go under completely. That
Can. I mean,
I mean, we're talking wheel strategy. As far as just trading for income, that's a whole different thing. But if I'm looking at a
Yeah.
wheel strategy, I'm literally looking like if I had 1,000 shares of this, am I okay with that?
Right. And the CEO of Peloton, I mean, he kind of reminds me of John DeLorean. We all know how that went. So, you kind of, the guy is just, I don't, for lack of a better way to say it, a little crazy, he seems.
Yeah.
Great plan, great ideas, okay, awesome creativity, but like, far as company management goes, he's pulled some bonehead moves with that company, just to be honest.
Yeah.
I
But
went to the Peloton store yesterday.
Hey, Ironclad.
hey, man.
We had a recall. We had a recall on our
On the
bike
seat.
post. Yep.
Yeah.
I was hoping the girl would say, "Okay, we have a recall. Just bring in your bike, and we'll give your money back, or bring in your bike, and we'll give you a roller, 'cause we don't use the bike."
Right. I do know it's been pretty beat down, but I think it'll either A, eventually be acquired by somebody, or B, they'll do something else genius and start making money again. But man, when it was like trading at almost $160, I was just like, no freaking way this thing's gonna sustain. And as soon as it broke that M top, I was all over shorting that thing like you wouldn't
I
believe.
think we talked about this one as well. CTRA. Have we analyzed that one for?
Thought we did
Did you guys-
somewhere.
Did you guys see UCard today?
I like energy stocks right now with them being so beaten down going into the summer.
I just realized I had my moving averages turned off this morning.
We are going to take out that
Nice.
high from earlier, but we're doing it more in like a wave 4. So I would be very interested in shorting this if we get above this and break the overnight or the first hour IB high, which we're staring at right now.
Yeah.
We did break it in the RTY. We're a long ways from it in the NQ.
We're double topping on NQ right now.
On what
So-
time frame?
Yeah, NQ's a long way from double
Wait,
top.
yeah, on what
As far as-
time
No,
frame?
I meant ES. Sorry, not NQ.
Oh.
Well,
Not NQ. I meant ES. I was looking at the ES chart and I had the NQ
In your
next
mind.
to it.
Yes,
Oh.
that's what I'm saying. That we're about to break the IB high, which is the initial balance that first hour. It's at 10:30. If we only break it by less than 6 points, statistically speaking, it's like a 92% chance we go back into the middle of the range. No higher. So it's a great opportunity to short
Yeah,
after the break.
42.57 would be where I think we're gonna end up the day at.
57, so back down to the middle.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You know,
I
I mean, we might just keep this rangy day unless something really hits the
If we
fan
have
and we're like,
at the
let's
low, we could have a two-sided day, but it's been strong to the upside. So
yeah, we just
Yeah,
hit a pivot right there at 73.
yeah, we got to push a little bit higher though. That's a very poor high.
So, just an example of why I'm looking at Eton, and yeah, I do trash that company, but this morning you could have sold an $8 cash covered put for $50, expiry on the 16th,
Yeah.
Nice.
and that's like a 6% yield in a 2-week period. That's pretty reasonable. That's just one option. So, in my opinion, if you were to completely wheel trade this thing, even though it's due to pull back because it's pretty parabolic right now. I mean, shoot, you could have had it for $7 a share back here. It wouldn't take you long to make $1 on that thing and bring
Get
bring
out.
that cost basis down to $7. Just selling cash covered puts and covered calls on this thing. So looking at the other side, like right now, let me go flip the call side open real quick. So like you could go and sell an 850 call for $37 right now. And compound that yield, okay, suddenly you can take, 60, 70, 80, 80, 85 to 87 cents off the cost of that thing in the first 2 weeks. That's over 10% in 2 weeks. So that's the kind of thing I look at. I'm like, well, how long will it take me to get to a zero cost on that? Actually, not that long. It'd probably take the better part of about 12 weeks. So I can
We're
totally,
breaking this pretty hard now.
Nice.
yeah, we are ripping through this liquidity zone. And
Very
like I said
nice.
before,
Oh,
that
shit, I
one for
just
one
missed.
measured move on the daily goes right to 429. So that is on the board.
We're going to supply. Go to supply.
And I
Well,
did-
42.79.
that could have been a 3-point scalp right there, that break.
Yeah.
I did pick up that Wednesday
Low
expiration
break.
call debit spread. I picked up the 436 438 debit spread. It's already at 7 cents. I picked it up for 4.
Nice. I think we go higher.
We have to go a little bit higher. We left UB up there.
Amazon's killing it. Tesla's still ripping, guys. In fact, let me get Tesla back on the board here.
Yeah, look at that. Nice.
Okay. Do or die here. We either turn or we're going higher.
Amazon's right in the upper range of that retracement of that whole trend, so it can either finish the business up here to 420 or 127.50,
Oh,
or it can
nice.
reject. But I think we're gonna go and just rock it through here. There's a pretty damn good chance of it.
Yo. Equity's sort of pulling back, but that's just on the 5-minute. Just for now, we still got a minute in this 5.
Let's showing a little more strength here. Let me get zoomed into a 1-minute chart on that. Hold that 20 period and we're good, but we can actually pull back on Tesla for a moment. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna pull up my list. I have a small list of wheel trade stocks that I'm looking at. I'll pull that list up and then I'll publish it in the chat here.
Alright, one big spike up. 15 seconds left in the candle. You know you want to. I'll close out this position and then probably call it a day because I got that meeting in a few minutes.
WTI on this list, but it was only volatile enough to have decent options income for a short time, so I don't think that's a good wheel trade. So on this list I have UVXY. Crazily, I still have MULN on it. Piton, TON, OPEN, and then my favorite by far, although it's volatile as hell, is Marathon, MARA. That thing has some crazy yield, but it also has some crazy volatility.
Marathon catches my interest.
MARA is, if you look at the options chain on that one, yield holds right in that 20% monthly natural, and that's phenomenal. So
yeah, 42 cents on a $9.50 stock for 10 days out, or no, 7 days out.
Yeah, so you
That
see what I mean?
that's as good as TQQQ and Marathon. Oh, it's Digital Holdings.
Yep. Yeah,
So
be careful with it because it
I was
is.
just saying, I have to know more about, and it says hard to borrow. So
Yeah. So it's one of those that can squeeze really freaking quick. It's quite volatile, but man, that's what drives up the price on those options. So like, if you can
it's been as high as $82, $83.
if you can keep your oven mitts on long enough to swing that a few options on that and get your cost basis below the curve of any trend, you're golden. That's going to take some doing though. That's going to be for more advanced options traders. But when you get to that point, that is an incredible stock for the wheel trade strategy.
So I don't disagree. But when I look at a wheel trade, again, I'm looking as a long-term investor. I'm looking at getting in a position of something that I want to own, and I want to have copious amounts of holdings. In 10 years, will I want to hold 2,000 shares of that? Will I want to have a quarter of my retirement in it? That's the way I'm looking at wheel trades.
Right.
I may not. I may get them all called away, and maybe like Ford, but then I can always do it again. Right. So I
Right.
want to make sure I'm in a company that, as best as I can tell, is going to be there for the long haul.
For
That's
me,
my criteria for doing a wheel trade.
for me, it becomes a management decision. So
Hmm.
I imagine myself like this: like if I was a hedge fund manager and my maximum drawdown to where I lose my job is 20% of the portfolio value, what would I do with this stock? Would I have it in my portfolio, and then I would also consider what kind of size would I put into this thing?
Hmm.
Because if you're looking at a 20% drawdown portfolio wide as your limit before you lose your job, is it worth your trouble?
Yeah.
Well, if you're a very savvy options trader, that one just barely fits the bill, but size-wise, it would be around 3% of the portfolio. So it's like I wouldn't put a huge amount of risk into that, but I know it would be a hell of a performer once I beat that curve.
Yeah.
And then I put the other side of that management strategy on. Well, okay, that 20% is from start. So if within a year, as long as I
Sure.
stay above that 20% drawdown, I'm good. Well, what happens when I hit a zero cost on something trading like that?
Right.
And can I compound that position at zero? That one I probably wouldn't. I would probably wait for 100% negative cost basis on that thing before I went and compounded it. And even then, I would only add a half size to it, not a whole size. So I still maintain a negative cost basis on it. So I look at it from a management point of view, and that's why I can also just take these penny stocks trading around $1 and just knock them out of the damn park, because I can achieve a zero cost in very short time. Inside of a year, I can probably have a 200 to 300% negative cost basis if I keep that up.
Yeah.
And for years now, I've been trading LODE the same way. It's a garbage stock, but it's a mining company that does some innovation. They've developed some things, and typically they end up being bought out by one of the big boys later on anyway. But in my trading terms on that thing, I have a negative cost basis on that thing of $36 a share. So I don't care what the hell happens to that thing.
Yeah, that's more just about the premium and it staying in business. I mean, not getting delisted or whatever, and liquidity. I mean, you do have to pay attention to that.
But I've been holding it since about 2019.
Yeah.
And in fact, I got it in October of 2018 is when I bought it. And when I did buy it, I sold at the time just cash covered puts to get in. I just took assignment on them, and it's been through a reverse split since then, and I've still just been able to maintain making pennies on the damn thing in a month. It's garbage for options income, but I'm still able to maintain that position at an incredible negative cost basis.
Okay, so then my inverse or argument there is, what is it costing you in deployed capital? I understand you have a negative cost basis, so
Right.
for that underlying, it's zero. It's less than zero, but it's real money. So if you were to get out of it and take that money somewhere else, can you make more there? If the options premium is not great, that would be my. If
So
I was
that's
a supervisor in your job and you're
that's exactly it. And I've been kicking that thing down the
you
road
better
for years.
somewhere else. Probably.
So if say something like if OPEN was to never really break a $3 mark or something like that, and I have like a negative 2 or 3 times cost basis, at that point, sure, I would compound that position, but I would definitely take some of that money and put it somewhere else, because I'm sure by then some of that options liquidity is going to dry up if it just maintains a flat, go nowhere type of trend. Yeah, over time you can definitely redeploy that somewhere else. And
So
that's
I would always have an exit strategy in anything I own.
You gotta.
Where if it gets here, I think it's oversold or overbought, and I'm just out. And even if it goes higher, I don't care. I've made my money. There's a saying, I'm trying to think of it. Something about pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. What is it?
Yep.
Something chickens. Oh, we want to peck. We want to eat like chickens. Chickens, they peck, little, but they stay full all the time. Pigs get fat. Every once in a while, you want to be a pig, but hogs get slaughtered. So if you're trying to squeeze every last little thing out of something, you're probably in danger of being slaughtered.
That's right, and that's a very typical way to look at it, and that's kind of the risk that was in MULN there.
Yeah, that's why my name is rule number 1. Don't lose
I'm
money.
a big chicken.
My God.
And
Just
I
peck
am
at it.
serious.
I'm the biggest chicken ever.
Yeah, I'm just gonna eat all my fill all the time.
All right, chickens. I'm calling it a day.
Say what?
Great. I think we got news at 10 o'clock, and I can't find it. Hang on, I'm looking.
You mean at 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, 11. Sorry. 11.
No, we're gonna hop in.
He's in my central time zone right now. So yeah, it's 10 o'clock coming.
All right,
Yeah,
take care, YouTube. I hope you all have a great weekend. We'll catch you guys on Monday.